Hi Rajat, good morning. Thank you for joining in
Uh,
today's feedback session. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you. What about you, sir?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you so much for asking. So Rajat, did you check your previous interview video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what homework did you do and come today?
Sir, I check all the questions and I feel that I need to go in depth in manual testing. I have
Right,
to learn a lot.
right. So we are going to discuss all the points that you missed last time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Definitely there was improvement. In the HR round specifically, you have improved a lot. However, the technical round actually did not go that good. You also know that. But yes, so it's better to face these kinds of interviews right now rather than during the time of actual interview because these questions are generally asked during the time of real interviews as well. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
we'll give you all the answers related to the questions that we asked last time. Okay, let me
Yes.
just share the screen. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Great. Hi Rajat, good morning. Thank you for joining in today's interview session. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. Thank you. What about you, sir?
I'm doing great. So before we proceed, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Rajat Man, born and raised up in Pilani, Rajasthan. I'm a hard.
So it shows that you have followed the feedback that I gave last time.
Yes,
So
sir.
you used born and raised and not born and brought up. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So don't say raised up, say born and raised in Pilani, Rajasthan. Born and raised. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hardworking engineering graduate from Arya College of Engineering and IT, specialized in through which I made up. I'm passionate coming on my hobbies. I love to read about the new technology. That's all about me. Thank you, sir.
So your introduction was on point. Very good job done over here. So there
Thank you.
was nothing, there was no error that I could find, and you kept it short and simple and crisp. So that is the most important part. Okay. The technology that you have gone through.
Recent technology is about the ROG Asus laptop, uh, which is highly made up for the. Learned about it. It is the which is highly compatible for the games.
So as we discussed earlier, that if you are mentioning that you like to know about different technologies, so the question will definitely come. Okay,
Yes,
that
sir.
which technology you have gone through. It was on point. Very good job done over here as well. So
Thank you, sir.
you are aware of the technology that you have gone through and you are able to explain the things. So it is very important that whenever you are answering something, you need to explain why you have answered that. So there should
Yes,
always
sir.
be a reason, and you have given that on that day. So it was great. That's
Thank you, sir.
great. So since you have chosen software testing to be your career and
Yes,
not
sir.
any other technology, so why did you choose software testing?
Sir, choosing software testing is uh, when I was learning Java and I research about Java, what are the platform on which I'll uh, move on, like from Java to like the development or the software testing. So I choose the software testing. First one is because I love to be in a team where the quality product is delivered to the customer. And the second is uh, there are n number of challenges and the puzzles in the software testing, which is very helpful for a tester to upgrade his skills. And the third one is in the software testing we are understanding the customer. That means what are the requirements of the customer, what are the needs of the customer, we have to.
So you were on point over here as well. So you gave some good reasons and also were able to express yourself nicely. But what happened? You started with a lot of confidence. So over here, your confidence got a bit down. So if you see your facial expression as well, you are not. We cannot find you that confident. So this question will also be an inevitable question during the time of interview. Okay, just ensure that you answer this question with lot of confidence and with a smile on your face. So that will actually help the interviewer to feel that to get that positive vibe from you. Okay.
Okay.
So it was good. It was not there. There is nothing much I should say about it except that
To understand.
confidence part. That's great. Since you mentioned that you had been learning so many different things, so do you consider to be to yourself as a hard worker or smart worker?
Sir, I'll choose myself as a smart worker because I'll manage things according to the time, and with my analytical skills, I break them into pieces, and in order to solve them, that's all.
So the answer that you have given over here is fine. However, you can say that I do consider myself as an amalgamation of both hard worker and a smart worker, because if I have to learn a new thing, I work hard over there, try to get the things learned as quickly as possible, and then I implement those things very quickly in the practical way as well. So I know how to learn the things fast, and I know how to implement the things as well. So definitely once you know or once you have that skill set at that time, uh, I do not have to spend a lot of time to implement those things, but yes, I consider myself as a smart worker because I am able to bring that things into picture. So something like that you can answer. This answer is also fine, but do not say direct that I am an extremely smart worker. I don't do hard work or something. Tell that I do have the amalgamation of both hard working, and soft and uh, learner skills. Okay. So, what is your biggest achievement till date?
Biggest achievement.
So this answer was absolutely vague. You told that I choosing the right course. So this cannot be your achievement. Your achievement can be something which you have achieved really. Means it can be uh, in your during your education life. Might be you have scored 90%. Might be you stood first in the class. Might be you have developed something which you never thought you would. Uh, might be a technology that you have learned. You could have told that I, when during my college days, I used to fear a lot of codings and everything, but right now I overcome that fear, and I have learned Java. I have learned how to code. I have learned how to implement the things in the practical way possible. So that is and I think the biggest achievement for me is to overcome the fear of coding. Understood? Here you have told, I'll share the answer.
Choosing which field is right for me. Like there are two options for me in starting when I was learning Java. First one is software development, and the second one is software testing. A person can be a developer as well as a tester. So
So you are contradicting your statement. Say choosing the right course, and then you are saying the person can be a good developer as well as a tester. Then both the things are parallelly same, right? So here actually, first of all, you got confused. What answer should I give? And then you tried to make up that answer in your own words. And for that reason, what happened? The information that came out was vague. Means it was confusing to the interviewer as well. Okay, so just be clear with your thought process. You can say the so biggest achievement, always it's good to say something which you have already overcome. So that is the biggest achievement, right? So if you have a fear of something, if you have fear of heights, you can say that I overcome that fear. I have done paragliding, everything you can say, mention over there. But yes, if you are coming to an interview point of view, you should say something like this. I think that will good work good for you
because
during the time of
in
interview.
testing we are using the automation to automate the biggest achievement for me to choosing the right field.
So actually, you have not yet started your career, right? So you have
Yes,
not yet entered into your field. So you have just chosen the field. So you have not achieved it yet. You can say that yes, you have already achieved once you enter into testing or when you become a tester. Okay. So
yes, yes,
herein the point gets deducted. I hope you were able to understand, right? Okay, great.
yes, yes.
So, since you are involved in many different things, learning different new technologies, development together with testing, so I guess you go through a lot of stress, right? So normally, how do you handle your stress level?
Sir, stress level is not quite high for me when I was handling the things. I know the correct path of software testing. How do I need to excel my
So this question was not based on your software testing journey. It's a general question. Normally, how do you handle stress? So you can say that I am a very positive person. I do not like to get bogged down with a lot of stress and everything. But yes, as a human being, I also go through that small patches of getting highly stressed. But during that time, I do a lot of meditation, and that actually helps me to overcome the stress level. But that is
okay?
also temporary because right now I have developed the skill set and I know how to get out of the stress. So this was in general question. So yeah.
Skills. So I'll choose with the Java. Like I have to learn Java because
So is it related anything to skill that you are answering right now? I have to learn Java. I'll relate to Java.
no,
So
sir, no, sir.
he is asking about how you handle stress. He's not asking about Java or something or what methodologies you used during the time of testing. It is not that question. So this is also wrong.
Java, and after learning Java, I'm in this way. I keep on managing my time, and I'll use my skills to learn the new technologies. So there is less stress in giving in having a proper time management.
So you got confused between stress and time management. So there is
Yes.
less stress in handling proper time management. What you have told that that had no meaning, but yes, it's fine.
Sir,
What do you think is the biggest weakness in yourself?
sir, according to me, weakness are for the temporary basis. And for me, I shake my legs, which is not a good habit and is not appreciated. I think working on this weakness will help me to improve it.
So it was on point. I told you to answer some such kind of weakness. After hearing that, the interviewer should not ask you more questions. So it's fine that you shake your legs, but also at the same time tell that you are overcoming that weakness that you consider to be within yourself. And right now, I am doing meditation, and I have reduced it drastically. Yeah. So you can say
Yeah.
that you are already going through the process of overcoming. So the interviewer will feel that yes, he's working hard on that. Understood. Now, have you taken any decision for yourself which you might have got retreat, which might you have some regret about?
Decisions for regret.
So this is a negative question, right? So negative
Yes.
question should be dealt with a lot of positivity. So you should
Yes.
directly say no. You have thought for a long time. Means 4 to 5 seconds you thought, and then you said no.
No, sir.
So you should say that I generally tend not to take any kind of decision uh, means without thinking. So I always try to analyze all the consequences. I think the pros and the cons of my decision if I have to take something, so that I do not have to regret in on the later stage. So till now, I have not taken any decision which I had to regret about. So the answer will be no. So you can explain yourself in this way that what kind of personality you have, and then how you are implementing that personality in your daily life. Understood?
Yes.
Great. That's great. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
Is the QA team with my leadership skills and my communications. So this is
Right. Since it's your dream to manage a QA team, suppose if there is a conflict that is team and there are two team members, kind of scenario within a team.
sir, within a team. If our two members got disputes within themselves, so I'll directly talk to them in person, and I'll tell them to resolve their conflicts, and whatever is their mistakes, uh, they will complete it here only, and because indirectly it is affecting our works, it is affecting our work, and also it the disputes will create an negative image in the company. That's why I'll directly talk to them and resolve the issue as soon as possible.
So you have given the answer correctly. However, lack of confidence is observed over here. So you should say that I think that communication is the most important thing within any industry. So if there is a conflict or dispute which is happening between two members, then I'll make sure that I talk to them. I'll speak to them individually, and at the end, I will make sure that they too also speak to each other and resolve the dispute. And if there is a problem, I always think that there is a solution as well. So if the two people are not able to tolerate each other, or they are able, or there is a greater conflict, then at that time I should be the bridge between the two, and I'll resolve the issue by communication. So yes, so you can say it with a lot of positivity. Means basically you have told the right answer. However, that confidence was a bit down. Okay, for that reason, it sounded that you are not that confident enough to answer this question. It was good. However, it can be better. That's great. So normally, how do you deal with feedbacks and criticisms that are shared with you?
Sorry, sir, I don't understand the question.
Suppose someone is giving you a feedback or someone is criticizing you about your work. How do you deal with such kind of scenarios when someone is criticizing?
Or giving the feedback, I'll take it as a in a positive way, because if someone is giving a negative feedback, I'll take in a positive way that I have to improve this in my future. That means I have to keep on updating that part of the skill which is they feel that this is negative, and keep on updating myself so that the feedback will be positive in future.
That's a great answer. So you have mentioned all the points. The first point, that you deal with all the negative feedbacks with a lot of positivity, and you try to work hard. So make sure that those the things which the person in front of you are considering to be negative, that turns out to be positive in future. So that was a very good answer that you gave with all the reasons. What is the critical feedback do you most often receive?
That I'm concentrating one thing at a time. So this is the thing which people says about me, that I cannot concentrate on another thing at a single time.
Okay, so don't you consider yourself to be a multi? So you gave an answer which actually invited another question.
Yes.
So you should always try to give close-ended answers. So you told that you are not a multitasker, and multitasking is the most important thing in any industry at the moment, due to lot of uh,
Yes.
due to lot of job losses and everything. There are very less employees right now remaining in most of the companies. So they have to do a lot of things at the same time. So yes, so do not give these kinds of answers.
I'm doing things with the time management. I break the things in. A testing should be done. I'll do it in at a one time. Like two testing I cannot done at the same time. That's the reason.
So actually, these answers are actually not correct. Okay, during this time, because you have given us such a point that it is very very difficult for you to justify as well, because you only told that people do criticize me, stating that you cannot handle two things at the same time, and right now you are defining giving you means defending yourself, stating that I can concentrate on one testing, not on the other. But however, when you will come to the real world, you will have to do multiple testing at the same time. So
Yes, sir.
yes, try to avoid open-ended answers. Make sure that you give close-ended answers during any kind of these negative questions that are asked.
So what will be the good answer
I'll tell
on
you.
this
So I'm
question?
done with the HR. Yes. So what you can say about the critical feedback? So you tell me at first. Now let's stop sharing the screen, because let's see what do you think what should be the answer.
No idea, sir.
Think na, I'll tell you, because we have completed it fast. So let's think for 2 minutes. Yeah, you told him at the beginning, right? I have done some kind of homework.
People criticize me, and like they are giving me feedback about my communication skills to
Mhm.
be better in communication skill.
Better to get better. So that is also a open-ended question, right? So the interviewer might ask you that, don't you think that if you are not communicating well, it will create trouble during your work? You are not able to communicate well with your team members or the developers, because those are the three best qualities that you have already told in your previous interview to be a good tester.
Yes, yes.
So
This is also a kind of weakness thing.
right, right. So that you cannot say.
Ideas.
Right. You can say something like this, that whenever a new task or given a new opportunity is given to me, I get highly excited and I tend to speak a lot about it. So at that time, so when a new task is given to me, due to my excitement, I tend to lose my ability to be a good listener at that time. So I speak a lot. So that I am working on. So people also give me this feedback that try to be patient when a new task is given to me. So don't be super excited. And right now I'm working on that feedback. So simple thing, that you get highly
Yes.
excited and people you are not an active listener at that time, but you are still
Mm.
working on. So this is a closed ended answer that you have given. So what will the interview will say? And you are also told that you are right now working on it, so it's fine.
Yes.
No other question would follow. So there are numerous such answers that you can give. ये तो अभी सोच के बताया आपको, but yes, there are many answers that you can give. So yes, with that we come to the end of today's HR feedback session, and we will start with the technical feedback session. Okay, so